Hi, my name's Georgie. I'm a Senior Student Recruitment Officer at the University of Sussex. I'm going to give a brief presentation on student finance. So in today's presentation, I'm going to cover tuition fee and maintenance loans, bursaries and scholarships, and also repayments after you graduate from university. So universities can charge up to £9,250 per year for your tuition fees, and it's important that you know how to apply for your loan to cover this. Your tuition fee loan comes from Student Finance England. Your course fees are not paid up front, so you don't need this money in your bank account in order to pay the university yourself. You apply to Student Finance England and they will cover the tuition fee each year that you apply. It is not means tested, which means that everybody is eligible for the full amount to cover your tuition fee loan. In comparison, we also have the maintenance loan. This loan is paid in 3 instalments at the start of each term and it goes directly to the student. It is means tested, and this means that you must reapply every year, and the amount you receive depends on your household income. This money is there to help with accommodation costs, study materials, travel, socialising, every aspect of being at university outside of the cost of your actual tuition. In terms of how much maintenance loan you're entitled to, it depends on your household income, as well as whether you're living away from your parents and in or outside of London. As an example, if you are a student who is living away from their parents at Sussex, so you're outside of London, then this is what you would be eligible for. If your household income is up to £25,000 total, you would be eligible for the maximum student loan, which is £10,227 currently. If your household income is up to £45,000, you would be eligible for £7,304. And if your household income is £62,347 or above, you would be eligible for £4,767, which is the minimum amount of student loan. This means that everybody's guaranteed at least that £4,767, and it's all done on a sliding scale between the maximum to the minimum, depending on your household income. You can have a look on Student Finance England to see how much you would be eligible for. Something to consider here is how you will top up the difference if you are receiving the minimum student loan. You may need to think about parental support, but also getting a part-time job whilst you're at university. So how do you apply for student finance? Applications are made directly to Student Finance England, and you nominate the university that you believe you will be attending. If for any reason the university that you choose to attend changes in the future, you can let Student Finance England know and they can update this on their records. Student Finance opens for applications the March before you begin in the following September. They will do all the calculations based on your household income and let you know how much student loan you are eligible for. As I said, everyone will get the full tuition fee loan, but your maintenance loan will depend on your household income. You can monitor your loan and how much you've borrowed on the Student Finance England website, as well as after graduation, you can see how much you owe. There are other ways to get financial support at university as well, other than just the 2 loan options. This includes things such as bursaries, scholarships, tuition and accommodation fee discounts. It's always worth having a look at the universities you're interested in and seeing what they offer, as lots of universities will update their websites throughout the year with different options that you could apply for. A few examples here that the University of Sussex offers currently are the Andrew Rudd Scholarship, which is £5,000 per year for students who are care leavers. We also have the Affordable Housing Scheme, which caps our rent at £125 a week for students who are eligible for the Sussex bursary, so you may be able to apply for that as well. And we also have the Chancellor's International Scholarship for international students who may be eligible for up to £5,000. These are just a few examples, and they do change each year, so it's worth having a look on the website and seeing what's been added or removed. I mentioned previously the Sussex bursary. This is for students with a household income of less than £25,000, and without needing to apply, they would be eligible for £1,000 in their first year and £500 in subsequent years of study. This is money that does not need to be paid back, and we would know if you are eligible based on your UCAS application. Other areas of financial support include things like academic scholarships, as well as sports and music scholarships. It's always worth having a look and seeing what you might be eligible for. Sometimes your A-level grades or your results at A-level stage will depend on whether you get an academic scholarship, but also your level of sport or music ability might mean that you get a scholarship there or support for your studies whilst you're at university. All universities also have access to the Disabled Students Allowance, which is up to £26,948 per year currently. This one is based on your need and not your household income, so if you have a disability, you may be eligible for support. We also have the Climate Leaders Scholarship at the University of Sussex, which currently provides £3,000 per year for up to 5 students. Other areas of support that are not necessarily financial include our Sussex Graduate Scheme, where we offer jobs to graduates when they finish university to help support them straight out of uni. We also have one-to-one study skills to help you progress while you're at university with your studies, but also things like getting interviews and helping with your CV prep. You can also apply for funded placements, which is a really great way of earning money whilst you're at university, and then you return and finish your final year of your degree. Funded placements are a great way to earn more whilst you're in the middle of your studies and then returning back so that you have more money in your final year. We also offer 3 years aftercare, which supports things like interview prep or CV if you need to get a job when you're after university and you need a bit more help with that. Something else the University of Sussex is really proud of is our entrepreneurship programme, where we recently won the Entrepreneurship Catalyst Award at the National Enterprise Educator Awards. This is something that would be really great for students who are interested in running their own business or setting up a startup. Another option that's available is to support the cost of living is things like the Hardship Fund and the Welfare Loan. So the Hardship Fund is money that you would not need to repay, but it's available for students who run into financial difficulty unexpectedly. Your circumstances will be assessed and payments are awarded based on the need. As an applicant to this Hardship Fund, you must have exhausted all the options available to you, including having taken your full student loan and perhaps looked at working a part-time job. Our welfare loan in comparison is a loan, so you would need to pay this back, but it's available again for students who have short-term money problems, and we can offer an interest-free loan of up to £700 to cover any immediate costs. So the message really is to reach out to the university if you have any concerns or worries and make sure that you're accessing all the options available to you. So in terms of repayments when you graduate from university, this is often something that people have questions about and struggle to understand. So your repayments will start from the April after you graduate and when your annual net salary is over £25,000. This means if your first job out of university has a salary of less than £25,000, you wouldn't start paying back any of your student loan. Once you do start paying it back, your repayments are made on 9% of your earnings over the £25,000 threshold. So if you're only earning £26,000, you're only paying 9% of the £1,000 above the threshold that you are earning. There is interest on your student loan and it's currently 7.9%, but this does change each year with the retail price index rate of inflation. Your loan repayments will be deducted directly from your salary, so it's not something you need to think about personally, it will just happen automatically. And after 40 years of your student loan, it will be wiped off altogether. So this slide gives you an example of how much you might think you'll be repaying depending on your salary after university. If you're earning, as I said, the £25,000, you're not earning anything above that threshold, therefore you wouldn't start paying back any of your student loan. If you started earning £27,500, you would pay 9% of £2,500, which is above the £25,000 threshold, and that would mean you would pay £18 a month. If you earned £31,000, you'd be paying £45 a month. £36,500, you'd be paying £86 a month. And if your salary was £45,000, you'd be paying £150 a month. So that just gives you an idea of roughly how much you would repay depending on how much you earned. Your repayments are based on your salary, not the amount of money that you have actually borrowed. So if you have a bigger pot of a loan that you borrowed, it doesn't mean that you pay back more each month. It's based purely on your salary. You can find some more helpful information on places like Money Saving Expert, which is independent and comprehensive advice, and you can also contact Student Finance England directly, who will be happy to help and advise you if you're not sure if you're eligible or how much you might be eligible for. I've also popped here FAQs that I frequently get asked when I give this presentation. So to answer a few of them, will my student loan affect my chance of borrowing money in the future? The answer to this is no. Student loan is not seen as debt in the same way as other credit card loans or things like that. So when you apply in the future for things like a mortgage or a credit card, your student loan will not impact whether you will get that. If I borrow more, do I repay more each year? No, again, this is not the case. So you can borrow the maximum student loan and this will not mean that you repay more each month, as that is based on your salary, not the amount of money you have borrowed in total. Will I ever pay off my student loan? This is a good question, and the case often is no. Majority of students will not pay off their student loan. If you are fortunate enough to earn a salary high enough, then there is a higher chance that you will pay off your student loan. But as we said, after 40 years, your entire student loan will be wiped. What if your income drops below the £25,000 threshold, having previously gone over it? In this case, then yes. If your income drops below the £25,000 threshold, you would stop repaying your student loan for that period of time. So if you had a break in employment or your salary dipped, you wouldn't be paying it if your income was below £25,000. As soon as it went back above it, you would start repaying again. And do you need to repay scholarships? No, so scholarships are free money that you do not need to repay. So we always encourage people to apply for any scholarship they might be eligible for, as every year money goes unclaimed. I hope this presentation has given you an idea of student finance, but if you have any questions, please contact the university or Student Finance England directly.